Lisa, you recently submitted some testimony in a public hearing on the recommendations for the FDA's regulatory plan on next generation sequencing. And some of your concerns that you voiced were around interpretation and communication of data and results from the sequencing. So how can physicians and advocates better convey this information to patients so that they are making truly well-informed health decisions?
So the concern that we see as an organization is that genetics and genomics are advancing at an extremely rapid pace. And it's very difficult for most of us to stay on top of these developments and to have a good understanding of what this information means to the individual patient. Even our MDs and some of our top oncologists and geneticists are struggling to stay on top of what this means. We have more and more variants of unknown significance showing up. We have new mutations being discovered without actionable recommendations or guidelines. And so if you have a physician who tests the patient and comes back with these results, how do you educate that patient without instilling fear in them? And how do you explain to them that we have no answers? So our concern is that any patients that undergo next-gen sequencing or panel testing or any type of genetic testing should receive genetic counseling with an experienced genetic expert. That way, these experts are on top of what's going on and they can educate the patient before they undergo the testing so that the patient understands exactly what they're doing, what the results may or may not yield, what those results will ultimately mean for them, and then follow-up counseling when the results are in, and referrals to experts who actually are knowledgeable about the particular sequencing that is done and how to advise the patient on next steps if in fact mutations are found or variants are found. So our big concern is making sure that the population that's going through any sort of testing is given good advice, good education, and is working with medical experts that have a good, solid understanding of the science.